We've talked a couple times about the concept of co regulation, especially in terms of conflict management, but just day to day life. The importance of understanding how your emotional state emits into your electromagnetic field and how that positively or negatively influences people around you, and vice versa. So, this energetic field is what you are emitting on a day to day basis, moment by moment basis. And the more that you have awareness of what you are putting out there and how you also want to protect yourself, the more that you will subconsciously positively influence everyone that you come into contact with, whether it's people, whether it's your loved one, spouse, kids, family, strangers, dogs, pets, animals. Everybody will be influenced by your ability to regulate whatever's inside this bubble. Even further than that, you have the ability, and I'm going to link some scientific studies in case you have any sort of skepticism. You have the ability to help another person who's experiencing chaos, sadness, anxiousness, depression, anger to regulate by your ability to maintain your own emotional state. If one person in the family dynamic understands this and they remain a pillar of safety, they remain a pillar of calm, you will show everybody the way to a happier experience, a healthier mindset, and an overall more enjoyable life. This concept is a visceral experience. So people will not know why you feel so good to be around. It will be a felt experience. And this is extremely, 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 extremely important. I said it a lot, extremely, because it is so important for the energetics in relationships. Physical safety, of course, is super important. Mental emotional safety is something that is not really covered or talked about or given actionable steps to how the heck do I create emotional and mental safety in my relationship. That is why we created all of the foundational steps that have led us to this specific module. But the more that you're able to be self-aware, self-regulate, bring awareness to your own sort of projections onto that other person, the more that you are able to control your electromagnetic field and be a pillar of safety for your loved one, your spouse, and your partner. Instead of becoming a trigger, instead of becoming the reason that they enter a sympathetic nervous system state, you become the reason that they enter a parasympathetic nervous system state, which is the state that you need to be in order to desire sex and intimacy. So, you learning all these foundational skills is going to subconsciously influence your partner to desire you more because of the way that you feel and because of the way that you make them feel. You make them feel safe, you build this foundation of safety, and then you also expand into the next couple of modules, which will be more about stoking desire, helping to increase and improve that spark in your relationship. You're helping them turn down the stress response, and in doing so, once you get them to this parasympathetic state, then you can turn up to intimacy and connection. It's like switching gears of a car. Along with being aware of what your electromagnetic field is doing, what sort of vibe you're putting out, you can also help somebody regulate by mirroring their breathing pattern. So if your partner comes in, they're so stressed and you notice that they're talking and their breath is really shallow and they're just like trying to get all these words out and they're overwhelmed, and you sit there, you sit back and you just focus on your breathing. So you're emitting this feeling of calm and peace, and you're also intentionally mirroring their breathing. So maybe you start with more rapid to try to match them. So, and then you start to slow it down. And they're going to observe you again at a very subconscious level, a very visceral level, and start to mirror your breathing rate. So you're paying attention to this while you're also listening to what they say, of course, but more so focusing on helping them to turn down their stress response. You're watching for the rise and fall of their chest, matching the rate that they're using, and then slowly helping them to lower their breathing rate and regulate. You are speaking directly to their nervous system by creating the safety, again, at a visceral and subconscious level, that they will not even be able to explain. It's like a secret magic trick. they'll be like, wow, you feel really good to be around. And you can be like, I know. Or you can explain to them what you're doing and help them to be able to return the favor if you're ever in distress, which is what this whole experience is about. You're doing this, you're working on yourself, they're working on themselves, so that not only can you be there for them, you are being there for yourself, and then they can return the favor. They are now there for you when you need them during times of distress and when you really truly need that safety to be able to transmute whatever you're going through towards healing and peace. Again, of course, this is not something that one person in the dynamic should do because otherwise you're creating this codependency of, oh, they feel really good. They've been working on themselves. They feel really good. Great. I feel good in their presence. No, that is a poor foundation to build a relationship on. And that's not what this course is about. It's you take responsibility for you, learning to self regulate, learning how to navigate conflict, learning all these energetic strategies, and you do the same thing so that when we both need each other, to support each other, we feel very filled in our own metaphorical cup, that you do have energy to give to your partner while you're not feeling depleted, and that you're not developing a codependent pattern of needing each other, right? You want to feel very firm in who you are and how you're able to show up so that you can create a sustainable, loving, nourishing, peaceful dynamic that is going to last for years to come.